Be prepared. It's finally here. The most powerful portal of the year just activated, and if you do this one thing wrong, you're risking everything. The 8-8 Lionsgate portal is not just a date, it's a filter. And today, that filter is scanning every chosen one, locking in their personal destiny. The moment you step into someone else's energy, even for a second, the signal changes. This portal can fast-track everything you've been asking for. It's all on the table, but only for those who are fully tuned in. Today is the one day where being in the wrong place with the wrong person, yes, even someone you trust, can stall the very thing you've been waiting for. That big shift, that perfect timing, it could vanish before it even reaches you. Because here's what no one is telling you. If someone else is in the room with you, the portal will not cooperate. This portal isn't public, it's personal. Think of it like a doorway that only appears when your energy is undisturbed. No voices, no footsteps, no distractions, just you. That's when the Lionsgate calibrates to your frequency and lets you step through. The moment someone else's vibration bleeds into yours, that doorway fades, and it won't wait around. This isn't about isolation for peace of mind, it's about keeping the line clear long enough for something specific to reach you. Because today, you're not just catching energy, you're shaping it. Today, you are not just catching energy, you are shaping it. Most people think the Lionsgate 8-8 portal is about receiving downloads, blessings, or messages. And yes, for most, that's all it is. But for the chosen ones, receiving is only the beginning. Once the energy lands, it needs somewhere to go, and that's where you come in. You are not here to sit quietly and wait for something to fall into your lap. Today, the portal uses you as part of its mechanism. When you're alone in your own space, you become the eye of the storm. Still, centered, and powerful enough to stabilize the currents moving through the planet. Your calm breath, it's not just calming you, it's broadcasting peace across miles, influencing people you'll never even meet. Your quiet presence becomes a tuning fork for the entire collective. But if you step outside into crowds or chaos, you shatter that signal. The energy scatters, and your ability to influence the field vanishes. You are not a sponge today, you are a transmitter. And if you allow interference, the message you were meant to send into the world will never leave your lips. What you speak in solitude today will echo in your future. Here's something most won't tell you. Today, the air in your home isn't just air. It's a container. And if you speak your intentions out loud, your words don't just vanish into silence, they reverberate, bouncing off your walls, amplifying with every echo until they etch themselves into the very fabric of your reality. Unlike writing your wishes in a journal or silently thinking them, speaking creates vibration. That vibration moves through the space like a ripple in a still pond. And because you're alone, with no competing frequencies, that ripple grows stronger, uninterrupted, until the energy locks in. Do it outside, in public, and the vibration gets swallowed by the noise. Other people's voices, cars passing, even their stray thoughts. Your words dissolve before they even have a chance to root. Inside your home today, your voice is law. Outside, it's just a whisper. Today is not about being seen. It's about being witnessed by your own soul. On the Lionsgate 8-8 portal, you might notice something strange if you cross paths with people, even those you love. Conversations feel off. People seem distracted. They misinterpret your words. You feel like no one is truly grasping what you're saying, like you're speaking in a different language entirely. That's not a failure. That's the design. Today is not for validation from the outside world. The portal closes the gap between you and your higher self, and when that link is strong, the rest of the world fades into static. The frequencies don't match, and they're not supposed to. If they did, the signal you're receiving right now would get contaminated by other people's perspectives, their fears, and their limitations. So if someone misunderstands you today, smile inwardly. That's confirmation you're tuned into a different station, one they can't hear yet. And they're not meant to. This is a private conversation between you and the infinite. Today, you don't need to be understood by others. You need to be understood by yourself. Don't chase being seen in human eyes. Chase stillness. Stay home. Let the portal's light see you without interruption. Tomorrow, the world will understand again. But today, the world isn't your audience. The fire you feel today is not here to hurt you, it's here to refine you. As the Lion's Gate aligns, it doesn't just shift the energy around you, it ignites something inside you. Some chosen ones feel it as heat rising in their chest or a restless buzzing under their skin. Others feel short-tempered, unusually emotional, or unable to sit still. It might even feel like you're on edge for no reason at all. That's the solar fire. This is not ordinary discomfort, it's activation. The portal's energy burns through the old layers you've been carrying. The beliefs, fears, grudges, and self-doubts you've been hiding from are now being pulled to the surface to be incinerated. The intensity you feel is the spiritual forge, turning you into something sharper, lighter, and unstoppable. If you run from it, distract yourself, surround yourself with noise, or smother it with other people's energy, you stop the process. The heat escapes before it can finish its work. But if you stay alone, still, and let the fire move through you, it will consume only what's unnecessary and leave you glowing from the inside out. Alone, the fire will temper you into steel. With others, it will simply burn out. The universe has locked the door behind you, not to trap you, but to transform you. Today, the silence in your home is not an absence, it's an assignment. You didn't cancel plans. You didn't choose to stay in. You were selected for a private operation that can't take place under the eyes of the world. You've been sealed inside something sacred. And even if it feels accidental, it's anything but. This Lion's Gate portal doesn't send you to the mountaintop or the desert. It sends you inward. It takes everything loud and external and strips it away until only your raw, unfiltered signal is left pulsing in the room. Your home becomes a capsule, a container for the unexplainable. The air shifts. The light behaves strangely. Your thoughts no longer echo off walls. They dissolve into the space like instructions being read by something invisible. Outside, the noise of other people's desires, their fears, their timelines, all of it becomes poison to the recalibration that's happening within you now. The portal didn't isolate you to punish you. It's shielding you while the internal operating systems of your life are being completely dismantled and rewired. And the process is volatile. It can't be interrupted. The slightest interference could freeze the entire upgrade. You may feel waves of discomfort ripple through your chest or wake up at odd hours of the night. You may cry without cause or laugh in the middle of silence. That's the energy shifting gears, flipping switches behind the curtain, and no one around you would understand it. You wouldn't be able to explain what's happening even if you tried. That's why you're meant to be alone. The transformation doesn't want an audience. It wants your surrender. Right now, your home is not just a space. It's a womb. It's a chamber between dimensions, where parts of you that were dormant are being remembered, and parts of you that were broken are being erased. Certain energies from the past, ones you didn't even know, were still living inside your walls. Your habits, your voice, are collapsing in on themselves. There's a kind of sacred implosion taking place. One version of you is quietly dying, while another waits for permission to take your place. You are not supposed to be seen during this. You're supposed to survive it. Even the most harmless decision, a walk around the block, a phone call you think will only last 5 minutes, is enough to disrupt the sequence. You wouldn't take a cake out of the oven halfway through and expect it to rise. And yet, many will abandon this process the moment it begins to feel too quiet, too slow, too unfamiliar, but not you. You've been pulled out of the current for a reason. You're being shown something that no one else is supposed to witness. Not yet. This isn't loneliness. It's sacred containment. It's the space between the last breath of your old life and the first heartbeat of your next one. And when this day ends, when the portal closes and the lights return to normal, the world will go on as if nothing happened. But you'll know otherwise, because something inside you will feel permanently unrecognizable. You will walk into the same rooms, speak the same words, see the same mirror, but nothing will reflect back the way it used to. So let the door stay shut. Let the light in the room bend strange. Let the stillness press in, because you're not stuck. You're not forgotten. You're becoming. And the version of you that's about to emerge only survives if you don't walk away too soon. If you hear your shadow's voice today, it's not to scare you, it's to set you free. Today, with the Lion's Gate wide open, there's a silence in the air that's different from normal quiet. It's not just the absence of noise, it's the absence of distraction. And in that space, something begins to stir. Your shadow, the parts of you you've avoided, denied, or simply had no time to face. You might notice it in little bursts at first, a passing thought that feels heavier than it should. A sudden memory from years ago that you didn't consciously summon. A wave of irritation, sadness, or guilt that doesn't seem tied to anything happening right now. And then, before you can dismiss it, more follows, like echoes bouncing off the walls of your own mind. This isn't random. The shadow waits for days like this, days when the world feels far away and the veil between your conscious mind and your inner depths is thin. Normally, when you're surrounded by people, your shadow hides behind your social mask. It keeps quiet because it knows the noise will drown it out. But here, in the solitude of your space, with your frequency tuned directly to the Lion's Gate, it knows you can hear it. And here's the part most people miss. Your shadow is not your enemy. It's not here to punish you. It's here to hand you the pieces of yourself you abandoned. It's the voice that says, "Here, this is yours. You left this behind, but you need it to move forward." Sometimes that piece is a truth you didn't want to admit. Sometimes it's a part of your identity you buried to make others comfortable. Sometimes it's the raw, unfiltered emotion you swallowed because you didn't think anyone could handle it. The shadow doesn't just show you what you fear, it shows you what you've forgotten you are. If you run from it today, you're not just avoiding discomfort, you're postponing the next chapter of your life. Because this shadow work, as uncomfortable as it feels, is the final clearing before your next level begins. And the Lion's Gate portal, it amplifies it, it intensifies it. What might have taken months to surface is being pulled into the light in a matter of hours. But it only works if you stay in your own space. The second you step into someone else's energy, the shadow recoils. It hides again, waiting for another window, which might not come until next year's Lion's Gate. By then, the weight you could have released today will be heavier. So, when you feel that voice rising, when you hear yourself thinking things you didn't expect, when you feel emotions that seem to have no cause, don't push them down. Let them play out in the privacy of your own energy field. This is the day to let the echoes fade for good. Today, solitude is not a cage. It's a stage where your shadow delivers the lines that free you. Today, the universe is aiming directly at your ego, and it does not miss. The 8-8 Lion's Gate portal is not just flooding the planet with light, it's performing surgery on your identity. It's looking for every fragment of false self you've been carrying, every role you've played to survive, every label that has calcified around you, and it's coming for them. But here's what no one tells you. This isn't a gentle nudge. This is an ego lockdown protocol. Imagine your ego as a tangled web of wires, each one connecting you to a role, a mask, a memory. One wire might connect you to the expectations your family drilled into you, another to the way you act at work, another to the insecurities you hide in social settings. Today, the Lion's Gate is sending a signal to fry those wires, to clear the circuits so your soul can actually run the show. But here's the danger. If you're around other people, their wires will tangle with yours. The signal meant to short-circuit your false self will jump to them. It will bounce back and forth between energies, scrambling, mixing, bleeding into fields that aren't yours. Instead of a clean reset, you get a messy interference pattern. The ego doesn't die, it adapts. And worse, it adapts with their noise, their wounds, their baggage layered over yours. This is why staying home today isn't just me time. It's protection for the most delicate surgery your spirit will undergo all year. In solitude, the signal hits you directly. No distortion, no contamination. It can strip away the junk you've carried without interference. You'll feel it, maybe as a deep stillness, maybe as a sudden discomfort when you realize how much of yourself has been performance. Today is not about being liked, it's about being real. When the ego resets in quiet, something rare happens. Your inner voice gets louder than the outside world. The part of you that doesn't care about image or approval starts breathing again. You see which thoughts were yours and which were borrowed. You feel the relief of not needing to be someone for anybody else. But step outside too soon, and you'll start picking the mask back up before you even realize it. A single conversation, a glance, even someone's tone of voice can reattach an old wire. That's why the protocol is clear. Stay in the bubble until the work is done. If you honor this lockdown, you will walk out tomorrow lighter than you've been in years. Ignore it, and you'll walk out carrying someone else's weight along with your own. This is not punishment. This is preservation. The ego reset the portal offers today is once in a year rare. If you let it land clean, you'll never have to work this hard to free yourself from these old identities again. Today, you attract everything. That's the problem. Right now, your energy is not at its normal setting, not even close. The 8-8 Lion's Gate has amplified your field so intensely that you are no longer just a person walking through space, you're a signal tower. You're radiating an invisible force that calls out to the world, I have what you're looking for. That sounds beautiful at first. You might think, yes, this is the moment. I'll attract blessings, opportunities, the right people, and you will. But the magnetic field doesn't filter what comes to you. It just pulls. And in a magnetic surge like this, everything responds. You'll attract inspiration, yes, but you'll also attract those whose light has gone out. You'll draw in souls who don't know how to stand on their own, people who want your fire because they've lost theirs. Energy parasites, manipulators, narcissists, people whose intentions are wrapped in charm, but soaked in self-interest. And that's just the visible ones. There's another layer to this, a layer most people won't talk about. When your aura is wide open like it is today, you are also visible to energies beyond the physical. Drifters, attachments, entities that move toward warmth. Not all of them are malicious, but many of them will weigh you down, tangle your thoughts, or siphon your focus without you realizing it. Imagine this. Your energy field today is like a massive glowing net dropped into an ocean. It catches the treasures, yes, but it also pulls up things tangled in the dark. If you're out in public, in crowds, or around people whose energy is chaotic, you're not just meeting them, you're merging fields. And when the day is over, you might walk away, carrying their weight without even noticing. This is why being home today isn't about hiding. It's about shielding. Your home acts as a container, a filter, a safe chamber where your magnetism only reaches what is meant to reach you. In this space, the blessings can still come. They'll find you through thought, through sudden insight, through quiet synchronicities, but the vultures can't circle your head. Your light today is a feast, and not everyone who wants to eat deserves a plate. And here's the deeper danger. Whatever you pull in today doesn't just pass through. On a portal day like 8/8, the bonds form fast. A connection made today, whether uplifting or draining, can lock in for weeks, months, sometimes years. If you let something cling to your energy on this day, it will take root. And pulling it out later will not be easy. This is why you must be intentional with every breath you take today. Staying home is not a missed opportunity. It is the choice to ensure that when the portal closes, you walk away heavier with blessings, not burdens. Magnetism without boundaries is an open invitation. Magnetism in solitude, that's power in its purest form. When you do this right, tomorrow will not feel normal, and that's the proof it worked. If you honor the Lion's Gate today, if you stay in solitude, if you let the portal do what it came here to do, tomorrow will not feel like just another day. In fact, it may feel almost unsettling in its stillness. Some of you will wake up and notice an odd, emotional numbness, like your feelings are on low volume. Not because something's wrong, but because the emotional static that's been buzzing in your field for months, maybe even years, has finally gone silent. That absence feels strange at first. We're so used to carrying the weight that when it's suddenly gone, the lightness can almost feel hollow. Others will feel a deep, almost unnatural peace. A quiet so still, it makes you want to check if something's missing. And you'd be right, something is missing. The fears, the doubts, the looping mental noise that kept you second-guessing every step. The portal's work isn't always a burst of fireworks. Sometimes it's the quiet after the storm, and that quiet can feel empty if you don't know how to sit with it. And for some, tomorrow might feel like something left you overnight. You may wake up feeling like you lost a part of yourself. Maybe you did, but it was the part that was never really yours to begin with. Old timelines, expired attachments, identities you've outgrown, they simply won't be there. Tomorrow's emptiness is not the end of something. It's the beginning. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.